Hey everyone, my name's Phil and I grow fig trees, but I also garden. I grow all kinds of things. And this evening we are going to plant my garlic. I have a bunch of bulbs. It is the second week of November and it is perfect for here in coastal North Carolina, zone 8B, to put your garlic in the ground, to grow it through stratification throughout the winter, grow throughout the spring, and harvest it late this next summer. All right, let's jump into it. Look at the size of this tamarillo tree. It's grown since September. So I bought some different varieties here. I bought music. I bought 2 types of red something or other that I've already forgotten. So 9 bulbs of garlic is going to give me plenty of cloves to grow for next year. I am going to be planting them in the ground with my Hori Hori knife that I got from my brother as a gift. What's great about Hori Hori knives is that you can measure, because we're going to be measuring how deep to put each clove, and we can do it easily, and we can scoop and serrate at the same time. My brother got this where they have handmade ones right here from Sky Haven Harvest. Look at this handle. I've had it for years and it just holds up so nicely. This looks like a bottle opener, but it's actually for twine. But it does work for bottle openers. All right, I got my garlic. Let's take him over to the bed. It's about 4:30 in the day. We had daylight savings. Got about an hour of sunlight left. You can see the fig nursery slowing down. You can see my beds over here. I'm going to put them in here. So here's the bed that I want to put all my garlic in. I'm going to be doing 6-inch spacing between each clove, and then I can do 6 to 12-inch spacing between each row, and they are each going to go in 4 inches down. All the garlic species I have here for North Carolina zone 8B, and we have a nice long warm fall and then it gets cold just to where you think it's going to snow. It snows here every 3 years or so, generally less than that, I think, and it quickly melts. We're not a place that's prone to any sort of snowfall, but we are a very subtropical climate. But we still get cold enough where it got down to 18 degrees last year. So only the hardiest of palms, the hardiest of citrus survives, and figs survive just fine here. So with that being said, I can grow hard neck and soft neck varieties of garlic. Hard neck really require cold stratification throughout the winter, and we have enough cold freezes, about 10 to 15 freezes a year here, for that to be okay. If you are growing garlic in northern climates, generally zone 7B and above, you're going to be wanting to plant your garlic in October. And if you are going south of that, November is just fine. And south of that, down to Florida, if you can still grow hard neck varieties, that you could probably plant them end of November, maybe beginning of December. So let's put this garlic in the ground. I'm going to remove this pepper plant, and I'm going to keep this baby foxtail rosemary just because I want it to see if it can survive the winter here. Okay, here's my garlic. I'm going to pull the top off. Okay. Woo. Beautiful bulbs of garlic. I got my stem. And in my bulb, I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cloves of garlic.
Are you done?
Okay, now that I have my cloves all picked apart, I'm actually going to leave the husk on. You can maybe peel off some of the outer stuff, but it's got a lot of compounds that'll help protect it from rot and disease that can be in the soil here. And I'm going to plant it vertically with this piece down, just like that. And I'm going to go 4 inches into the soil. So let's do that. I'm going to measure 6 inches off of the edge of the bed here and 6 inches off the edge of the bed here. And I have my space. I'm going to go 4 inches down. I gave myself a little extra because I have about a 1/2 inch of mulch on top, 4.5 inches. And then I'm going to make a little space there. Just like that. No till needed. I'm going to bury it in around it. Make sure the soil is nice and fluffy, like you would do for like carrots. And that's 1 down. And I'll zoom you out and we'll do this whole row. Hori knives are great for this, so thanks, Sky Haven. And thanks to my brother who got this for Christmas for me. I got my eldest daughter with me helping me. 4 inches down. Flopping my garlic vertically. Massage it in, nice and loose. All right, and we're gonna speed up and plant the rest of these. And you want enough spacing so they don't crowd each other when they come up, because they're gonna get yay big. It's always great in the springtime. I'll be able to harvest the scapes, make pesto with that. And then in the summer, when I'm ready to harvest these, they'll be ready to go. And now you can see I'm not looking at the measurement tool because I got a feel for it already. So there's my 4-inch marker. I look down, I can see the 4-inch marker just below the mulch line. Nice and vertical, just getting a feel for it. This is my first time doing garlic. It seems very easy, very straightforward. As a gardener, it felt very intuitive. So if you are a beginner gardener, I would highly recommend trying out garlic if you have a bed that's available for the entire fall and winter and spring. I have all these other garden beds that I have full of plants. We're actually in partial shade in the summer because it gets so hot here in coastal North Carolina. I actually liked growing underneath this big water oak tree. And so you can see up here, you can see this big water oak tree, and I actually had it pruned on either side because it was starting to encroach on our home. But you can see in this 1, 2, 3, 4 beds, and then we have this large bed here that I've grown all kinds of stuff in. You can see this space actually, in the fall, there wasn't enough light here for doing more heat varieties. But when this is actually a water oak, looks like a live oak, but it's actually a semi-dormant tree. So it'll lose its leaves come Christmas time, and the leaves will come back in April. And so in that early spring mode, I can actually grow a lot of greens and such in here because our last freeze date is around April 1st. And it'll get nice sun right here throughout the afternoons, and over there that'll hit this bed as well. So I found that if I'm going to grow something that takes a long time to grow that still requires heat, that I think garlic will be a great spot for here. Some other greens along here that'll do well as well. Things that need more full sun are going to be in this bed closer to the house, or in my beds that are out in full sun around the corner. So I found that this bed will be a great option for maybe something like rosemary that can be a slow grower, and or for garlic. You can see here that some of the husk got removed. That is, you want that protective layer. So I can actually omit this, but if I shoot another video in the spring, I kind of want to compare to show you guys. It may actually get diseased and not grow. We're going to go 6 inches off because that's my measuring tool here. And then I'll try to go another 2 just to give a little bit of a buffer. And I'll put it in. And we'll see if this actually takes or not. I don't think it will because it might rot out before then. But I'll try to keep this square to this line here. It's about 8 inches off my next hole. And be sure to keep the husk on a lot of these pieces. 4 inches deep, 6 inches apart in the row itself, and keeping the rows about 8 inches apart. And that's what we're going to go with for this growing of garlic. I'm planting it in November 9th. I am in zone 8B in Willington, North Carolina. If you guys haven't followed my channel, please like and subscribe. I focus a lot on fig trees, but I also garden everything else, and I'm always enhancing my green thumb. And when I learn something awesome or new, I want to share it with you guys. So I hope this is really beneficial for you guys if you're ever curious about A, how garlic is planted, B, how it grows, and C, if you want to grow it yourself, what is needed. So as you can see, I bought 9 bulbs. I used about half of them to fill up this 4 by 5 foot bed. So I could have easily gone with 4 bulbs. I am going to plant these throughout some of my other spaces, but I'm not sure how they are as companion planters, so you're gonna have to let me know. But if you really like this video, you're curious on how to grow garlic, you wanna see someone planting it based off of what they've learned, here you go. Then I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions on gardening, if you have any questions specifically on fruit trees and fig trees, please like, subscribe. Happy to have you here and I look forward to connecting. All right, talk to you later.